more than checks. All I really want to see is I don't really need a D either. All a bad bitch needs is Hey guys, welcome back with Talking with Kenjay. And I have my cousin here.
Hey guys. What's up?
What's your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Brianna.
She also has her own YouTube channel. So, what's your YouTube channel so that another go follow you?
My YouTube channel is BGlamXO.
We're going to put it down at the bottom. She does makeup tutorials, reviews on different makeup brands. So, y'all make sure y'all go check it out. So, we're both here today because we have a very, very broad topic that we would like to discuss that we both feel like would be a good topic. So, today's topic is child support. Something I know absolutely nothing about. Because I don't receive it.
Me either.
So we're going to talk about different points of views on why child support is important, why some females who get child support overly do it, the importance of a man paying child support who's not in the home, and also certain points of view where people are taking advantage of it. So I'm a single mother of a 2-year-old baby girl.
And I am a single mother of a 4-year-old baby boy.
And we both have one thing in common. Neither one of us is with our child's father. I've never received child support since my daughter's been on this earth. I've never received $1, a sock, a diaper, or a wipe. So, neither is her father placed on child support, and I have my reasons, which we're going to get into later on. But what is your definition of child support?
Well, first off, let me say this. I have received more than $1. I have received 1 pack of Pampers since he's been born. I've received 1 baby gift for Christmas, which I'm sure he probably got from somebody else. And when my son was first born, he helped me pay 2 of the baby or the daycare bills.
Daycare fees.
Yes, daycare fees.
So he paid, like, is it 2 weeks?
So, yeah, about a month. So he paid 1 payment and another payment. But when I asked him for his 3rd payment, he had a whole issue with it.
Got you.
He had a whole issue with it. So I would say since he's been born, he's probably gave me about $410. And that's it.
The point of this video isn't to bash men who pay or bash men who don't pay. The point of it is because I recently seen on Facebook, it was an argument going back and forth with this lady with her child's father. And she was saying she was keeping the child from him because he no longer wanted to pay child support due to the fact that he feels as though he should have to. Now, the child support he was paying wasn't documented like down in courts. He was just giving her money monthly. So he basically cut her off. Mind you, this man was getting this child every other weekend and was making sure like the child had school clothes, was getting the child during the when school is out and everything or whatever. So that was the argument, and of course people chimed in. Like I said, my child's father is not on child support, and I'm not going down there to put him on. To be honest, my point of view is I'm not going to make somebody do something that they know they're supposed to do. He knows that she needs to be taken care of.
I agree.
So I'm not going to go run down there, get your license suspended. He's still going to drive.
Thank you.
You're not going to work. You're going to get paid under the table somewhere, do something. Like, I don't want to go through that hassle when she's good. Like I said, I work 2 jobs. If you don't know that by now, like I said in all my videos, I'm a busy person. I work 2 jobs. I go to school. I'm doing a YouTube channel and everything, and I still take care of my baby, and she's highly blessed. Okay, I have family and friends that give me great support, so she ain't in need of nothing. If anything, the most I've ever complained and asked for was time, and most of the time he can't afford that. I count on one hand and don't need all my fingers as many times as this man has seen her. And I used to get upset, I used to get mad, I used to cry or whatever because I know it was faults of my own because I chose to lay down with this individual. But I had to get to a place where at the end of the day she's here already. There's nothing much I can do, there's nothing more I can change, but to make sure I take care of my responsibilities. Now, for me and her, I feel as though we're on the different side of the spectrum of the point of where child support is needed. Because I also have friends, male friends, who pay child support and take darn good care of their children, and they baby mamas still want more money as if what they paying is not enough. There's never really a set price. Like, there's no amount of number you can give a person to say that's enough for child support or that's too much. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though that any man who is assisting in taking care of the child, I do not feel that they should be on child support. That is my opinion. There is a total difference between being a single mother and being a single parent. A single mother is a person, a woman who's doing it by herself. No assistance, no help from the other individual. A single parent is a single woman who's parenting separately from the child. Only thing that y'all doing is parenting from different households, but you're not doing it alone. You're just one parent in that household taking care of that child, while the father is at another household doing the same thing. You're just a single parent. You're not a single mother. And I think that's where the confusion comes, because I do feel like a lot of men get the brunt of it when it comes down to the courts or whatever. Demand, money, or whatever. I know somebody who's paying, he got 3 kids, and he's paying almost $1,000 a month in child support while still getting his kids every other weekend, still buying school clothes, still getting them during the summer, getting them during winter break, and they still complaining for more or whatever. So I want men to understand what child support is for, because I think a lot of men think that child support is just for the child.
And they think it's for bills. I can't tell you how many men I see say, I'm not going to pay you more money because I know you're going to take my money and pay your bills. When your child lives in my house, I got to pay the bills.
Right.
That's food, that's water, that's light, that's rent, that's everything. Your child lives under my roof.
Right.
So if he doesn't live under your roof, then you don't have the extra bills that I have.
Right.
You know, he's not going to leave the light on accidentally. He's not, you know, that's extra water. There's just necessities that a child needs and that you need.
And the point of support is to support.
Exactly.
In order for this child to be supported, it needs lights, it needs water, it needs roofs, it needs food, it needs clothes, it needs shelter, it needs shoes. That's all part of the support. So I think some men and some people get it mistaken that, oh, well, she gonna use it for this. Now, don't get me wrong.
Nails.
Everybody don't use their money wisely.
And what it's supposed to be used for.
Exactly.
Some of them getting their hair done and their nails done and buying new wardrobes and going to the club.
Right.
That's
can't
true.
wait for that. And then some women, they think that's okay because I don't spend all my money on doing all of this. But his money finally come. That's that shit. But that's their mind frame. I personally do not agree with that. Yep. Mind you, I'm a person who pay over $600 monthly in daycare fees. And with paying that or whatever, that's what I mean by if I was getting it, that's what my money would really go towards. Because that's like a big chunk of my bills. One of the big chunks of my bills is paying child care. Daycare fees is a mud. I have a 2-year-old, so, you know, that's still toddler phase or whatever. And like I said, I'm not complaining that I don't get child support because my daughter is well taken care of. When I say well taken care of, she's doing good. But the things that she needs in her life, she does need a father figure in her life. She does need her father to give her something, time, some type of supplement, because for a little girl, the first man they fall in love with is their dad. So when they grow older and they don't have their fathers in their life, that becomes their first disappointment, and they end up chasing after what they never received or whatever, and it's no fault of her own. It's me and his fault, because one, I chose to lay down with somebody who was nowhere near prepared to even be having a child or whatever, but that was my cross to bear. I've already forgiven myself for that action. I didn't purposely make myself a single mother, but I didn't purposely try not to neither, if that makes sense. So I think that people need to understand that the point of child support is to support the child at the end of the day. And everything that it takes to support the child, it needs to be for the child. Meaning, like we said, the water bill, lights, taking care of their needs, the child care payments. They want to go on field trips, clothes, shoes.
They grow out of that stuff so fast.
Very, very fast.
it's like I work 2 jobs too, and I'm already busting my ass to take care of my son, and he's very well taken care of too. He does not want for nothing. You would think he had 5 parents, the amount of Christmas and birthdays and all that. So he does not miss out on anything. It would be nice for his dad to be there more and do more. However, in my situation is a little different. I have 3 brothers. So my 3 brothers are awesome men. They take care of their children, they're all married. I have my dad in my life. I have my grandfather. So Omir has more than enough positive influence in his life when it comes to the male figure. So I don't necessarily worry about that. I don't want him to have any issues of abandonment from his dad. However, I'm not necessarily worried about the aspect of him not having any guidance because he has more than enough guidance.
And that's a very, very, very important thing, because people don't realize that how your children are treated is ultimately how they grow up. So when these fathers go like, I don't play that in and out. That I do not play. What you're not going to do is treat my child like a yo-yo. Either you're going to be here or you're not. If you choose it not to be, then go ahead and not be. I would never withhold my child from her father, whether he do for her or not. I still make it my business. If whenever he call and ask, can he see her, I make it my business to set up time for him to see her. I never wanted to be that mother. I don't want to be, I pride myself in not being one of the bitter baby mamas. Meaning that if I see him in the streets, I'm going to act crazy, cussing him out. You don't do da-da-da-da. That ain't going to get me nowhere. That ain't going to make him want to. Okay, ladies? That's not going to make him want to do. When he not doing, that's like, it's not okay, but it's okay.
And he really going to take pride in not doing nothing.
Exactly. It's okay. If
you acting crazy, he's like, man,
I'm still, and now you just gave him even more reason to not do. Like
which he probably wasn't going to do anyway. But I'm just
saying. But I'm not excusing his behavior in no way, shape, or form. No. What I'm saying is, when you are really taking care of your business and taking care of your children, whether he do or not, that's so far from your mind because you're too busy making sure that you do. Because at the end of the day, when you already have it in your mind that you're not going to get... Like, I know if I don't have it, I can't pick up the phone and call this man and say, hey, I need this. I know that. So I don't bother it. So I make it my business to have. And when I see him in the streets, and I've done this plenty of times, seeing him out in public and everything, I ain't finna show my behind or whatever. One, I'm a lady. And that's not the image of a woman I want my child to see. Me cussing and acting up in the streets all because her father won't do. 2, I never talk bad about this man in front of my little girl. Because ultimately, these children think of this stuff in their head. And when you tell them they daddy ain't ish, or you're going to be just like your daddy, you're speaking that into existence in these children's lives. So I don't say nothing negative about this man to her. She don't hear me say nothing negative about her father. Because when she get older, she gonna know who they are not. She asks for her father all the time. She want to call him and everything. Whether he pick up, that is his decision. But what I don't do is play the yo-yo. You're not going to pretend to be in her life. Call and say you want to come get her. You want to see her and you don't show up. Don't do none of that. If this man ever asks, can he see her? I don't tell her. I just wait till he do it. And when he do it, it's a surprise. When he don't do it, not a shock.
So, I recently just had a conversation with someone in my family that I personally know. And he pays almost $800 for 2 children. I, like my cousin, am a firm believer that if you are picking your child up, if you have things at your house for your child, diapers, clothes, milk, whatever, if we can make a decision like that and co-parent like that, then I don't feel like I need child support. I really don't. Now, I do know some dads, if you call them and say, hey, little Junior needs sneakers or something, they will make it happen because, you know, they still want to help you out in some aspect, even though they're already doing what they're doing. But what I would suggest for men who are out there who have those bitter baby mamas, take your baby mama to court. Because I have been telling my cousin to take his baby mama to court for the longest time because she's trying to milk him dry. And he has other children, and because you're giving so much to her, it takes away from your other children. Because
at the end of the day, these men still gotta live, ladies.
Exactly. Like, and that's my thing. Like, can you...
Especially, it's sad part is, it's always backwards. It's always a good man with a bitter baby mama or good woman with a trifling ass baby. Ladies, if these men decided not to choose you and they still want to be there, do not hold these children away from these men. I don't understand how you get any type of joy or any type of peace out of keeping these children for these men because they ain't paying no child support. I'm talking from a woman who don't get nothing. And when this man called, whenever he do and asks to see her, I make it my business. Because at the end of the day, when my child get older and form her own opinion about him, he can never open up his mouth and tell her, your mama kept you from me. So what I always constantly say, and I always constantly do, is I continue to pray. And let me tell you something. When you know you over somebody, that's when you know you praying for him. I pray for that man. Because he missing out. I get to see my baby grow up. Her is so smart. Her so pretty. And I get to see that. So I'm not missing out. He is. I get to see all the joys of raising my child, raising my daughter, and I get the benefits of it or whatever. So being mad because these men ain't paying child support, being out there in the street cussing and acting a fool and all that, you embarrassing yourself, you showing a bad image to your child, and you letting people know just how mad and bitter you really are. And it's very difficult when it comes to raising a child, because at the end of the day, who's affected by this mostly? The child. Who gets the shit end of the stick? The child. So you got to come to a resolution of what's more better. I can be in my feelings. Can I be mad about this? Yes. I done seen this man buy new cars. When I do see him, goals in his mouth change, I can get real upset. But what is that going to do for me? That's not going to do nothing for me. So what I do is I pray. I ask God for peace. And what I also realize is I got better knowledge. I know now what I want out of life, what I want to do better. So I'm not going to be one of the women who going to have 2, 3, 4, 5 babies by this one man who ain't took care of that now. Didn't even take care of the first one, let alone the fourth one. I ain't got to touch that stove twice to know that it's hot. I learned my lesson the first time, baby.
I ain't even have another baby, period.
Well, I want more kids. So I'm going to do the right thing this time. I'm going to make sure I'm with somebody who's not only committed to me, but committed to a union. A union where I can bring a child in this world out of love. So if these men ain't paying child support, ladies, it's okay. Still do what you got to do. Still do what you got to do, because at the end of the day, these kids still got to get raised.
Yeah.
These kids still got to get ever make it a point to say, you know what? I'm not going to do this, because, you know, a lot of y'all do that. Or drop the child off to the father. Because he need to start taking care of her. He need to start doing his part. When you really focus on being a good mother, when you really focus on doing what you're supposed to do, whether he do his part or not, it don't really matter. Because it's something that's out of your control. Whether he do what he's supposed to do, I can't control what that man do. I can only control what I do, what I let my child see, what I put around my child, the environment that she in, and making sure in a healthy environment. It ain't healthy yelling, cussing, screaming every time y'all see each other. That ain't love.
I'll cut your ass out in person.
That ain't.
We on the phone together, he ain't around. You getting this work, honey. You getting this work.
I don't even stop doing that. Like, I don't have the energy. No, same token, I do still get mad when I see like my other friends and stuff, and how well that they co-parent with their baby fathers or their husbands, and how adamant they are in their child's life. It definitely does something to me. That probably would never stop or whatever. A piece of me always regret, because I feel like I made my child miss out on something by laying down with somebody who wasn't even worth my time in the beginning. But at the end of the day, I can't change it. She's here and she has to be raised. And I thank God for the support I do get from my mom and my stepdad. I thank God for my friends who help or whatever when I need it or whatever. So at the end of the day, what you do is what matters. So understand that child support is a whole realm of different things or what it does for the child. Now, some women abuse it, some people don't. Some of us need it. Okay? And some women, they use it against you, man. And for that, any man out there who's getting that type, I'm going to say I'm sorry. Okay?
Take their ass to court.
Take them to court. I definitely agree with taking them to court.
And if your payments is too high, please ask to get your payments lowered.
Yeah.
Because you do still have to live. That's just reality. That's just what it is. So if you paying a tremendous amount of money, there's nothing wrong with going to court and be like, Your Honor, listen, I got to make sure I live and do this and that and that and that too. I'm not saying that I don't want to pay child support, but can you make it where I can still do what I need to do for my child, but I can still live too? You know what I mean?
And then for those who don't have to go down to the courthouse, if y'all can be amicable enough to sit down and communicate and say, okay, this is what we have to do. and agree upon a price. Do that.
For real.
I don't even want them blue people in my business like that.
For real. I ain't
And we can just sit down and say, hey, I just give you $300 a month or $400, $500 a month, whatever it is, and you agree upon that. That's fine. It's hand in hand. And it's also a level of maturity. Some of y'all are so immature and still stuck in y'all old ways that y'all rather put these men through hell instead of just dangling this stuff over their head. Oh, if I don't get this, you ain't gonna no money, no child.
Listen.
What? I think a lot of women abuse the system. And sometimes the system isn't to protect these men. It's more geared towards some of these women. Yeah. Because there's some sorry-ass mothers out there, too. Yeah. Understanding that child support isn't just for the parent. It's for the child to take care of the child needs. Mm-hmm. Some people do abuse it. We do understand that. To you men who are paying or whatever, and you're not getting the respect you deserve, keep your head up, bruh. Kudos to you. My hat goes off. You're doing a wonderful job and keep doing it. Because in the end, when your child get older, you'll be able to say, listen, I did the best that I can. And at the end of the day, that's all we can do. Yeah. That's all we can do. You women, stop holding these babies against these men because they're not paying child support. There's no dollar bill that can ever put a price on your child. Time is free. And some of these men act like they can't even afford that. Trust me, I get it. Yeah. But time is free. Yeah. And if that's what he got to offer, trust me. Your daughter is not going to remember at 4 if this man paid $450 a month. Yeah. But what she will remember at 4 if she and her daddy had a little tea party. Yeah. She will remember at 4 that if her daddy painted her nails. Yeah. Or whatever. If he's trying to do the best he can, just support that. Just support that. If you agree with that, if you choose not to, that's your choice. I ain't trying to tell nobody what to do. I'm just telling you what Ken J would do. Mm-hmm. And what I would do is what I am doing. I ain't worried about if I don't get, because she's still going to have. I'm going to keep moving, keep being the mother that I am, keep taking care of my child, and keep moving forward. And as I continue to go through life, God bless you with my king, who going to love me and my child as if she was his own and better my life. I learned my lesson. I'm more careful who I lay down with. Yep. I'm more careful who I have around me, because I want more and I want better.
And we older. And we ain't ready for the right? We ain't got time for the game. So if you're not gonna come in my life and, you know, help me or wanna make each other better, be some type of team, then you need to just leave me alone, go about your business, because I don't have time to waste my or my child's time. Yeah. But I will say this. Ladies who don't have or get child support, keep your heads up. You can do it. Keep pushing forward. I know it gets tiresome. Yes. We both had 2 jobs. We get tired. And there are times I just don't want to move. But you know what? I just pray
keep pushing. Keep pushing. And keep telling yourself this is only temporary. This is not forever.
And I just think, you know what?
This is only temporary. This is not forever.
Exactly. And my thing that helps me is my son tells me that he loves me 800 million billion times a day. And to me, that's like a sign from God saying, you know, I know you're doing it on your own, but look, you know what I mean? Look what I gave you. Look how he loves you. And I just feel like because of that and because I'm doing something right, my son is going to grow up to be somebody. Right. And that right there does it all for me. And I do have faith. I will say this. I do have faith that one day my son's dad will get it together. Is it today? Probably not. But just knowing him and being with him for so long, eventually I feel like he'll get his stuff together. But it ain't right now. I ain't mad about it, but
so, for all y'all, keep doing what y'all doing. Keep taking care of these babies.
And fellas, keep doing it.
Yes, you fellas too. You're a single father. Keep taking care of these babies. Keep handling your responsibility, doing what you're doing. Stay focused on that. Don't worry about what the other is not doing. Because when you continue to do, you're going to be blessed. I promise you. Again, like always, y'all, thank y'all for watching another one of my videos. Coming through again. Don't forget to follow my boo page. Say your name again.
BGlamXO, guys.
I'm going to put it down in the description as always. Thank y'all for talking with Ken J.